The walls were thin, too thin, and every night I could hear her heels clicking down the hallway like a countdown to chaos. Madison Ray, the marketing director from hell, and my next-door neighbor. We'd clashed since the first staff meeting. I hated her smug smirks. She hated my tight choices, literally told me they looked like vomit in paisley form. That was day one. Since then, it had been constant verbal war, snide remarks, petty power plays, and now, paper-thin apartment walls separating us after a company relocation. Tonight was no different. I was halfway into a sad bowl of microwave ramen when her voice cut through the drywall. "No, Emily, I can't believe they let him lead the pitch. Arrogant, self-satisfied, probably dreams about his own reflection." I smiled into my noodles. "At least I dream," I muttered. "Not like you. Ice Queen. That was our thing." She'd insult me. I'd throw it back in silence. It was dysfunctional, toxic, and strangely addictive. The next morning, the conference room was filled with tension as the team waited for the green light on the new campaign. I presented. She questioned every detail. I countered. She smirked. And when the client signed off, her jaw clenched. My heart raced. That night, I was brushing my teeth when the fire alarm went off in the building. I bolted out barefoot. So did she. There she was, wet hair, no makeup, tank top, shorts. She looked nothing like the perfectly polished woman from work. She looked real and pissed. "Nice outfit," I said. She looked down at my cartoon pajama pants. "Right back at you, SpongeBob." We both laughed, and just like that, something shifted. The hallway was chaos, neighbors shouting, alarms blaring. But we stood there, facing each other like the world had stopped spinning. "Looks like it was just someone burning toast," a voice called. People turned around and went back inside. Madison lingered. I should have gone in, shut my door, kept the distance. But instead, I asked, "Wanna split a whiskey?" For survival. She studied me, eyes sharp, then shrugged. "Just one." 10 minutes later, we sat on my couch. Silence stretched between us. The ice in her glass clinked softly as she swirled the drink. "I don't hate you, you know," she said suddenly. "Could have fooled me," I said. She laughed, quiet, almost embarrassed. You get under my skin." Likewise. And then God knows why I said it. Ever wonder what it'd be like if we didn't fight all the time? She looked up, her expression unreadable. But her eyes, they burned. Then she leaned in. I didn't stop her. Our lips collided, urgent, reckless. Her hand pulled at my shirt like she'd been waiting for this since day one. Mine slid into her hair, desperate, dizzy. By the time we pulled apart, she was breathing hard. "So was I. I'm still going to hate you in the morning," she said, lips swollen, voice rough. I whispered, "You can hate me from my bed." And she didn't say no. The morning after was a mix of silence, caffeine, and pretending last night didn't happen. Madison left before sunrise. No note, no text, just the faint scent of her perfume on my pillow and a cold imprint where her body had been. I stared at the ceiling longer than I should have. At work, she was already at her desk. When I walked in, hair pinned back, blazer sharp, lips tight. She didn't even glance at me. Fine. That's how she wanted to play it. But as I passed her desk, She spoke without looking up. You're late. Again. I grinned. You're still rude. Again. Her fingers paused over her keyboard, just for a second, then resumed typing like nothing had happened. That was the thing about Madison, she could put up a steel wall in seconds. But I'd seen what was behind it now. Felt it. The way her body had trembled against mine. The way she moaned my name like it hurt. But here, under fluorescent lights and corporate deadlines, she was untouchable again. The entire day was a dance of glances and avoidance. Our team had a client dinner scheduled, and I almost bailed until I heard she was going, so I went. The restaurant was dim, candlelit, fancy enough for pretense. I showed up in black, no tie this time. She was already seated, legs crossed, red lipstick like sin. When our eyes met, something burned between us, something raw and stupid. Midway through dinner, she leaned in and whispered, "This means nothing. Last night, it was a mistake." I raised my glass, my smirk carved in stone. "Then why do you keep looking at my mouth?" Her jaw tightened, but she didn't deny it. Later that night, I got the text. You left your watch in my place. I hadn't. I showed up anyway. She opened the door in that same tank top from the fire alarm night. No bra. Bare feet. "Watch?" she asked, pretending to be bored. "I didn't forget anything," I said. She stared at me, then pulled me inside by the shirt. No words this time. Just teeth, hands, desperate kisses. She pushed me against the door, climbed into my arms like it was war and surrender at once. We were enemies, rivals, colleagues. But right now, all I could feel was her skin on mine and the sound of her breaking for me. Hours passed. Dawn again. This time, I woke first. She was curled into my chest, one hand on my stomach, her breath soft. For a second, I let myself believe it could mean something. Then my phone buzzed. New email. Subject: HR complaint filed. Conflict of interest. My heart stopped, and her voice, half asleep, murmured, "Whatever it is, it's not from me." I stared at the screen. Complaint. Conflict of interest. Team leads Madison Ray and Cole Hunter. Cold. Official. No details. No signature. My chest tightened. Across the bed, Madison stretched lazily, then noticed my expression. "What is it?" she asked, rubbing sleep from her eyes. I turned the phone toward her. She sat up fast. "That's not from me." I watched her, searching for the slightest flicker of guilt. Nothing. Just fury. Her brows furrowed. "You think I'd risk my career over some petty revenge?" I didn't answer. "Wow," she muttered, yanking the blanket off and storming into the living room. I followed. "Madison," she turned on me, fire in her voice. "We fight, we screw, but don't you ever think I'd go behind your back like that." I ran my hands through my hair. "Then who did?" Silence. She bit her lip. "You don't think someone saw us at work?" The thought sent a chill through me. We'd been careful, but our glances, the tension, maybe it wasn't as invisible as we thought. She crossed her arms. "This isn't just about last night. Someone wants one of us out, and you think it's me?" "I think," she said carefully, "you're not stupid enough to play this game without an endgame." We stood there, barely a foot apart, enemies again, But this time with skin in the game. Hearts, careers, reputations, and something deeper we weren't ready to admit. I'll handle it, I said finally. Her jaw tightened. No. We handle it. That surprised me. We. Madison didn't, do we? She barely tolerated me. Later that morning, we walked into the office like strangers. Cold, distant. But I felt her presence beside me like a pulse. By noon, I had a hunch. One person had motive. One person who'd been acting strange lately. Jared, the assistant team lead I beat out for promotion. I cornered him in the break room. You sent it, didn't you? I asked. His eyes flicked up. What are you talking about? You know exactly. He smirked. You and Madison thought nobody noticed the looks, the late nights, the way she defends your dumb ideas in meetings. My fist clenched. You crossed a line. He leaned in. So, did you? With her? I didn't punch him. But I wanted to. Instead, I walked straight to Madison. She was pacing in a conference room, anxious energy leaking through her every move. It was Jared, I said. Her lips parted. Are you sure? He basically confessed. She exhaled. God, I knew it. What do we do now? Her eyes locked on mine. We play smarter. Make him regret it. Together. And there it was again, together. That night, we didn't go to our separate apartments. We ended up at her place this time. No whiskey, no excuses. Just fire, and something that felt dangerously close to tenderness. As I lay there afterward, my hand resting on the bare curve of her hip, she whispered, this thing between us, it won't end well. I know. I'll still come back to your bed. I smiled into her hair. Good, because I don't think I could stop you. Neither of us noticed the phone on the nightstand still recording from a botched work call, blinking red. The video leaked at 8:43 a.m. not to the team. Not to HR. To the entire damn company Slack channel. No title, no caption, just a 23-second clip. My voice, her moan, the sound of skin against skin, and then clear as crystal her whisper. This thing between us, it won't end well. My phone exploded. Notifications. Missed calls. My heart was already in my throat when I opened the message from my boss. In my office. Now, when I looked at Madison across the office, she was pale. But her chin was high. Her jaw locked. She didn't flinch. Not even when the whispers started. Not even when our co-workers looked away like we were radioactive. I followed her into the elevator. She didn't speak. But when the doors closed, she finally asked, was that your phone? My stomach sank. I think it might have been. I didn't know it was recording. She stared at the numbers on the elevator panel. Do you know what they're saying about me? I did. And I hated it. They're saying I slept my way into power. That I used you. That I'm manipulative. I'll take the fall, I said quickly. She turned to me, eyes flashing. You think that fixes it? Me, the woman with the leaked moans. And you what? The hero, the guy who took responsibility. No, I want to protect you. Her face crumpled for half a second, then hardened again. You can't. No one can. The elevator opened. We walked side by side down the hallway, two condemned souls toward the same firing squad. Our boss sat behind his desk, hands folded, laptop open to the video. Is this you too? He asked. We didn't answer. We didn't need to. He sighed. You're both valuable. But we can't ignore this. You broke policy, professional boundaries. There are consequences. Are we fired? I asked. Not yet, he said. But one of you needs to go. Step down. Take the hit. Madison didn't hesitate. I will. No, I said instantly. I'll go. She looked at me, and for once, her mask cracked. You worked harder for this promotion, she whispered. This was my choice. I came back to your bed. I crossed that line. We argued. Quiet, intense. The kind of argument where every word is a goodbye in disguise. In the end, we made a decision. We'd both resign from the campaign, but stay with the company. Separate departments, separate cities. I guess this really won't end well, she said later, packing up her things. Don't say that, I murmured. She turned to me. Then give me a reason not to. I walked over, kissed her, not desperate this time, not wild, just full of regret, of what ifs, of everything we never got to be. When we pulled apart, she smiled bitterly. I'll still hate you, you know. I'll still love you, I said. Her breath hitched, but she didn't stop me as I walked out first. Later that night, I got one final message. You left your shirt here. I might keep it. It still smells like bad decisions, and you. And underneath it, P.S. I didn't delete the video. I know who did. Her text haunted me. I didn't delete the video. I know who did. I called her. Tell me, I said. Madison's voice was cold, calculated. I traced the file path. It wasn't Jared. My stomach turned. Then who? She paused. Emily. I blinked. Your assistant. My friend, she corrected bitterly. Or? I thought she was. It didn't make sense until it did. Emily had access to her schedule, her apartment, her phone during those long meetings. She'd seen the signs, the glances, maybe even the after-hours visits. She'd always ask too many questions. She was in love with you, Madison whispered, or obsessed with the idea of us not existing. I sat in the dark, replaying every conversation I ever had with Emily, every fake smile, every comment she made about me being dangerous for Madison. She wanted to ruin us. I said, she did. But did she? Because even now, days later, departments apart, damage done, I couldn't get Madison out of my blood. We tried. We tried silence, ignoring each other. Emails with one-word replies. It didn't work. Because when someone lives in your bed, they haunt your bones. Then came the goodbye party. Madison had accepted a position at another branch in Chicago, a clean break. I showed up late, hoping I could pretend I just wanted to be polite. She was at the bar, laughing with someone I didn't recognize. When she saw me, her smile faltered. I walked over. Congratulations. On running away, she asked. On surviving. She laughed softly. Same to you? I leaned closer. One last drink. She hesitated, then nodded. We ended up outside, under a sky too big for words. You're still in my head, I admitted. She looked at me, tired and soft in the edges. You were never just in my head, Cole. We stared at each other, everything unsaid swelling between us. I don't know how to hate you anymore, she whispered. I touched her hand. Then maybe you could try loving me instead. Her eyes shimmered. I already did. I just hated myself for it. And then without warning she kissed me. This time, there was no fire, no storm, just peace. Like maybe all the wars we fought had led to this one final surrender. The kind where no one wins and no one loses. Just two people finally choosing each other. I still don't forgive you, she murmured against my lips. That's okay, I said. We've got time.